All you cool people, you better leave now because it's about to happen.
Friday night and I'm riding solo. When I touch down, keep it on the low low. I don't mess with your energy. No photos.
All right, everyone. Welcome to GVE Finance on this lovely Thursday. At least, we think it's Thursday. No, it is Thursday. First of all, I just want to thank Hit the Post for producing. And second of all, I want everyone out there right now to go to youreadeadman.com. I want you to buy some merch. I want you to make that MVP move, especially for the Wilbur. Represent GVE. Don't pull a dope of the day move and, blow all your freaking money on number 25 for a scratch ticket, which probably isn't going to make you that much money. And with that, let's get to the show. How are you doing, Hit the Post?
Good. Speaking of GVE merch, you can go to uradeadman.com. That's the letters uradeadman.com. You get one of these shirts like I'm wearing.
Exactly. All right. Well, I wish I could say everything is calmed down and the world is okay after the last show, but actually things are unfortunately just starting to get interesting on multiple fronts. And how are they going to affect your viewers? We're going to get into that in a little bit. The first thing that we've constantly mentioned on the show is inflation. The numbers came out and Hit the Post. I know you know this. They were horrendous. Wholesale was almost 12, and I think the CPI was at 9. I think it was at 9.1.
9.1.
Yeah. So what does that mean? We always talk about the Fed, and really what that means is we're kind of hitting unprecedented territory here, where the Fed might have to follow Canada and raise the federal funds rate and the discount rate by a full percentage point. Which to fight a lot of people are arguing right now that that's what they need to do. The market rallied today on the thought that it didn't rally, but it kind of came off its lows. The thought that it was just going to be a 0.75 like the Fed had said before. I think Powell's in an impossible position. We've kind of been over this, but he really needs to do one. He needs to follow the Bank of Canada and do 1%. Inflation's out of control right now. Just look around. Some of the numbers out of the CPI are horrible. Do you really want to pay 40% more for eggs? Do you really want to pay heating oil, gas is up almost? I know heating oil is up 100%, and they really need to get a hold of this problem sooner rather than later. But unfortunately, in addition to the bad CPI numbers for the American economy, you're starting to see the lagging effect of the jobless claims. The jobless claims are up sharply today. It's a weekly number that comes out, and they also do a 4-day moving average, which basically smooths out the rapid adjustments. And kind of the rapid adjustments I mean is what would if some company just laid off 40,000 temp workers, kind of smooths that out. That's a good comment.
We got Mike in the chat wondering if it's worth putting money in a 401k at this point or free ball. If your company matches, it's always worth.
Yeah. It also too, the market, I know we started the show at a very negative time, with the economy and, the Dow going from 36 to 30. But I think it's very much worth saying that if you continue to contribute right now, you're only lowering your entry point. And when the market does go back up, which it will, it's proven now for 100 years that you'll make your money back and then some.
Silver, gold. I don't deal with commodities. Gold seems strong right now. I did see the euro is just about even to, I think, 4 zeros, a 10,000th.
Yeah.
So it is equal to $1.00.
Yeah. Europe's in big trouble right now. Big trouble.
I don't follow Zero Hedge.
I read it every day, Mike. It's one of the best financial blogs out there. But kind of getting back a little bit to the American economy, I'll wrap it up real quick. Basically, the numbers that came out were bad. It's not looking like anything's going to pick up. And a lot of people are talking, well, about the interest rates and whatnot, and we're going to raise them, and I think it's important for the viewers to know is we really haven't seen anything, the effect of them. It takes 6 or 9 months for an interest rate hike or them lowering the interest rates to really feel the effects. So I think we're going to be, especially in the American economy, it's going to be geared up for a bumpy ride and whatnot. And I don't really have the answers on what they should do. If they currently, like keep raising interest rates, yes, we're probably going to stay in a recession for a long time. But if we lower them and say, to heck with it, we're going to have inflation at 20%, and the price of everything is going to go up. So I don't really know. I don't really know what the call is right here. It's an impossible spot. You have any thoughts?
You mentioned J Pow. You want a couple quotes from him? I got a timeline of some quotes from
absolutely.
Jerome Powell.
Yeah.
These bottleneck effects have been larger than anticipated, but as these transitory supply effects abate, inflation is expected to drop back toward our longer run goal. That's Jerome Powell on July 28th, 2021, almost a full year ago. June 2021 inflation rate at the time, 5.39%. Scrolling through a couple more. I don't think it's time to taper. I don't think it's time to raise rates. Our policy is well positioned to manage a range of plausible outcomes. That's Jerome Powell on October 22nd, 2021. September 2021 inflation, 5.39%. The word transitory has different meanings to different people. It's a confusing word that needs to be retired. Jerome Powell, November 30th, 2021. Inflation from October 2021, 6.22%. Let's just get one more from this year. We have a good chance at a soft or softish landing. There's a false precision in the discussion that we as policymakers don't really feel. The economy is doing fairly well. I think we have a good chance to restore price stability without a recession. Jerome Powell, May 4th, 2022. April 2022, inflation rate was 8.26%.
I hit the post. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you love everything is transitory? And it's been a year.
There's a lot more quotes. This goes back a whole year, just plenty of them. Just pulled a couple. Maybe in future episodes we can pull a couple different J Powell quotes because he's just fence sitting.
Yeah, it's just. And this transitory stuff has been going on now for a year, and that's all we heard is it's transitory, it's going to stop. Oh, it's transitory, it's going to stop. Oh, it's transitory, it's going to stop. Well, it hasn't. And I understand about the supply and bottleneck issues, but there's a lot of stuff you could do about that too. I mean, the fact that there's 100 container ships in California with my last year's Christmas present to my wife. Just kidding, on one of those ships. I mean, there are other ports in America you could send those ships to. It's not that hard. I know in the South right now, I think I don't know if it's Miami or Austin. Not Austin. They're in the middle of freaking Texas. It's Houston and other ports are picking up. They can take cargo ships. I mean, we don't have to go to California. The last time I heard, Panama had a canal. It's good times.
Got a comment from Mike here. I'm going to touch on this later. I'm going to let Robbie V run. When I get my couple minutes to talk about GameStop, I will talk about this BMW subscription fee.
Oh, absolutely. I know. God, 18, what is it, $19?
$18 a month to unlock the heated seat feature.
Jesus Christ. What a bunch of dope of the day move.
You want to talk about it right now? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my thoughts on that are charge me $500 extra for the feature, because what is this subscription service really doing? Is that just guaranteed monthly income for them? Here in Syracuse, I mean, it's 75 and sunny today. I don't need heated seats in my car, so am I going to pay $18 a month through the summer to have that, or am I going to cancel it and then turn it back on again? Just charge me $500 and let me have it. Now, what I wanted to talk about with BMW, they're actually being advised by Boston Consulting Group, and Boston Consulting Group has historically driven multiple companies into the ground. You might have heard of some of them: Toys R Us, Circuit City, Sears, J.C. Penney. What Boston Consulting Group does is they get their guys and they're advising the firm, and they get their guys onto the board and they install these horrible policies. They work with market makers like Citadel, and Citadel will short the company, the stock, and drive it to the ground. And then, you're never on the hook for these synthetic shares that they create.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. I came to do an ad read for the Sneaks and VD interview tonight. Friend or foe? Here.
Oh.
9 o'clock. Show's cancels. Our show, no show. That's how you show fucking appreciation to fucking GVE. You schedule a show, pre-recorded, 9 o'clock. Gives me a whole free night. I was like, VD, this is a nice thing you could have ever done for us. He was thanking us. I was like, no, thank you.
I was
going to go play Minecraft now with Kermie and not watch a second of that.
I was messaging him last night about Boston College recruiting for football.
How's the markets? Like shit.
Yeah,
I mean the red light on.
Yeah, the red light.
That's bad. Is that a show thing? If the red light's on, we're doing bad.
I have LED lights surrounding my sliding glass door, and when GameStop's up, I turn it green, and when it's down, it's red.
You should get a ticker. I think you can get a ticker for what's it called if you use.
I can't remember the company. There's Skybox Sports. I think you can get tickers for sports.
Even
games.
you use what's it called? OBS. You can get an actual market ticker. There's a plugin for it.
I need to look into this.
Yeah, there's market tickers on there. So
I'm gonna write it down.
Robbie V, how you doing, buddy? How's the baby? How's everybody doing?
Baby's good. It's just it's been busy. To say the least.
We started a merch website and we have hundreds of fucking leads coming in. And today, my whole company decided we're having a fucking picnic. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, I am so busy. So
yeah, it was interesting because we were busy too. Not some of it's not in a good way. Like, so when we walked into work on July 11th, one of the guys came across my desk and someone was like, "Yo, Nord Stream shut down," and I was like, "What?"
What's that?
Because Nord Stream 1 is the pipeline to it basically does the natural gas to Germany. But within Germany, it has like the spaghetti effect, and it fills up all this natural gas all over Europe. So I guess there's rumors going around now that the Russians are gonna, on the 22nd, it's supposed to come back online.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's like a Jack Bauer ticker clock, because a lot of people don't think it's actually going to come back online. People think the Russians are going to use it. So everyone's kind of plotting scenarios and like what that would look like if it didn't come back online, like what that would do to natural gas in Europe, what that would do to the stock market in Europe, what that would do to the euro. Like, Mike, I understand the euro's dipping, but I would wait a little bit before you start pulling that.
What's that thing they're calling the dollar euro thing?
Parity. It's like one for one. The euro and
Parity.
Yeah, parity.
Is it called parity?
Because it's pair, like to pair.
Not ODY.
Yeah. Not like a parody song, even though it is a fucking parody.
Yeah, I mean, I had a busy day and I had a few beers last night, so you don't start texting VD at like 11 o'clock without a couple cocktails talking about Miami football.
Mm-hmm.
But but it's just wild, man. Like, I don't know if you guys saw over the weekend what's going on in Sri Lanka. I mean, they're basically their people just rolled the presidential palace. I mean, the prime minister's. The prime minister is basically on another island, and
they were what? There was like a revolution there, wasn't there?
Yeah. So they in 2000 and I think it was 2020, they implemented
this image is from 2018.
Yeah, it's not working out for them. So they really they went like all organic farming. They went the whole ESG game, and it did not work out. they basically their crops. I mean, their yield is horrific this time around. So there's very little food.
Yeah.
They don't have any money to import oil. So
It's
basically,
not
all those
raining anywhere in the whole fucking world. Everyone is
it's
getting
not.
short rain.
Dude, we need like a massive hurricane to
Yeah, something.
something.
Wipe out fucking all those islands down there.
Yeah, and then so basically like the military in Morocco got rolled, but the thing is what's happening is that you're starting to see like in protest against inflation. Obviously, the Dutch farmers against like the pollution, the nitrogen cap.
Yeah.
You're starting to see people like rise up, like in Armenia, Panama.
Yeah.
Everyone's starting to protest. It's
The
crazy.
way I look at it is this shit always happens, and everyone's like, "Oh, the world's fucked," blah blah blah. It's like, well, it gets to a point where everyone's gonna hit the tipping scale, and then we just burn a bunch of shit, and hopefully some change happens, and then we usually fix it. But God, I hope we do, because it's fucking bad.
Yeah, I mean, I was, the whole farmers in the Netherlands are now getting support from Germany. The Italian farmers are starting to protest. Poland and against all these, nitrogen cuts and stuff that the EU is trying to impose and food supply.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy my steak. Thank you very much.
That's what they want, Mike.
Yeah, it's it's insane. I mean, I have to I've worked through the 08 the whole 08 disaster, COVID.
Yeah.
The COVID
Were you
disaster.
in the market at that time?
Yeah, I was like a portfolio accountant for some firm, and the weekend that Lehman went under, I was at Sully and Bill Ricca's housewarming party weekend, and I'll never forget it. I got a text at 2 a.m. being like, because a bunch of people knew I was down there. They were like, whenever you get your bearings, you might want to read the Wall Street Journal sometime.
Yeah.
Because Lehman went under that weekend. I went into work on Monday. I was awful.
Yeah. I was literally in my economics class when the market crashed, and it was quite a year to have like it was my not senior year, it was my freshman year economics class, but it was a great class because of what was going on. All right, I'm gonna go play some fucking Minecraft. Shows at 9 tonight. It's a pre-recorded. You could go in the comments. You could comment. Have fun. I'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks
See you, Robbie. See ya. Hit the post.
All right.
Peace.
Just touching back on that BMW subscription service. This is a good question. How does that affect the resale value of the car?
I don't know.
I don't think it would it? Because the next person could just sign up for the subscription then?
Yeah, I don't think.
Because the former owner's not going to keep paying on the subscription.
No. Why, I mean, if they don't want it, why would they? Right?
I guess just doesn't have heated seats. You need to sign up for the subscription if you want it.
Yeah. What was it?
Prime Day, $6 billion in sales. Is that an indicator of anything? People are still shopping online.
Yeah, that is an indicator. But there's a lot of good obviously there's a lot of good sales and whatnot. I mean, I think you'll probably know before I say anything. You'll actually know, like Amazon's a good bellwether of how the retail is doing. If Amazon comes out with earnings in probably October for the third quarter and they are terrible again, then that's probably an indication of we're basically the same or we're even trending more down. But yeah, if Amazon comes up with half decent earnings,
August 4th.
August 4th, yeah, it'd be nice to see. Well,
speaking of online sales, GameStop launched their the beta version of their NFT marketplace this week, and in 48 hours already beat out Coinbase's
really
NFT marketplace.
What is NFT?
Or maybe it was OpenSea. Maybe I'm misspeaking.
Bitcoin solves this plan, Mike.
Bitcoin solves this. Yeah.
I wish. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be. I think we're in for a bumpy ride, especially if Europe cuts off the gas. Especially if Russia cuts off Europe. because that's Germany and their tanks are empty, because that's a big problem. There's actually, I guess now you can't buy in Germany and other European nations, you can't buy wood stoves anymore. And I guess like lumber is actually starting to get in a little short supply because so many people are of the belief that, you know, Europe is gonna, I mean, Russia is gonna cut them off. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be an interesting winter. I mean, how this affects your bottom line, you know, for our viewers at home is, you know, if they do that and they completely shut it down, I mean, natural gas obviously is going to go up, and that'll just spread to oil and whatnot. You know, and this isn't like set in stone; it's a plausible scenario, but you know, it definitely is trending towards it could happen because Putin has all the cards. You know, he has four.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I see an old article from a year ago. German lumber export prices doubled in July 2021.
Yeah, I would believe that. Because that was
and one from April 27th this year. Wood prices in Germany are rising at rocket speed.
Yeah, because they're hacking it up just so they can, you know, fill their wood stoves or their pellet stoves in that matter. And it's not, and I'm not knocking wood or pellet stoves. Both my friends have had them in their houses. They work great. And sometimes, to be honest with you, with oil prices going up so much, you know, it's not a bad alternative. High Blind Mike would watch a Putin-Biden 1v1.
Might be a fair fight with Putin's health deteriorating.
Yeah. And Biden's no spring chicken either. So,
let me check on reverse repo really quick. The repo market in general is getting better because, you know, the interest rates are going up. People are getting more of a return. It's very, it's interesting. Daily reverse repo update for today, 2.207 trillion. Not a record, but still over 2 trillion. Let me see what the stat is on that. We've been above 2.1 trillion for 25 straight trading days.
Jesus. That's not good. China is having an issue with defaults on mortgages. Yeah.
We saw that with Evergrande, right?
Yeah. I actually was reading about this today. More and more people are basically refusing to pay their mortgages over in China for various reasons that I don't know of. There's actually
China can't even take money out of the bank right now.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true too. Due to the are you talking about the Shanghai lockdowns and all that stuff? Because you have to get your Q card.
This is actually educational. High Blind Mike, a reverse repo. So what happens there is banks take and institutions, they take money and park it with the Fed overnight, right? And then it gets transferred back, and they get interest on it. What this says is these banks don't have confidence in putting that money into the market. They'd rather just park it with the Fed overnight. It's just a scam.
Yeah. Oh, hey, BA. What's going on?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We talking markets?
Yes, sir.
Talking everything today.
Did you guys hear Canada raise their interest rates by a whole 1%?
I did. It's a bold move, BA, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they could raise it by much more.
I don't know, man. They might. I mean, they might have
I think
to.
another 1% but I think 1% for the rest of the year. Like they can't go higher than another percent. What's my hair doing? That's the thing.
I don't know.
Sorry to come in, just like this.
Oh no, all good. No,
Mike's been great in the comments so far.
Yeah, he has.
Mike, you're an all-star.
Mike,
well read.
How are you, Mike?
I actually think Canada might. I think America and Canada, unfortunately, after 0.75 for the states and a full percentage point for Canada, I think they're going to have to freaking raise, dude. I mean, inflation's still raging. You got to do something. You can't just sit on your hands. I mean, we went over this last week. I mean, the $200 ticket on 1 and 8 and for 22 spot Keno for $20 a game with the bonus isn't going to work. It's not going to work out for us all. So it's not the best way to combat inflation. So
it's looking better than ever. It's
just another thing about inflation: 9.1% for June. You have to look back at June last year was over 5%. So across 2 years, we're looking at a 14%. Like the way to think about it, and it boils down really simple. If inflation's 9% and you're not getting a 9% raise at your job, you're taking a pay cut. It's a fact.
That is a fact.
Yeah, and I don't think many companies are giving out 9% raises right now. I'll tell you that.
I could do you know what? I'm gonna announce GVE is giving a 10% raise.
That's an MVP move right there. That's an MVP move right there. No?
No problem. What's a 10% raise on zero? Equity, you got more equity. We'll print
exactly.
equity. Everyone gets double equity right now.
No, it does.
Does that work? If I give everyone double equity, does that somehow work against everyone?
Could.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll be serious. Sorry about that.
Put your money into the ocean. There's more.
Can you invest in the ocean?
I don't think so. I mean, you can invest in companies that do business like the offshore rigs. I wish Boner Jones was on because he knows. This stuff is
10% of 0.00.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn,
that is true.
These guys got me. I was trying to do some Andrew Tate shit,
Oh, the guy that was on with Portnoy.
He's a weird guy. He's
Yikes.
like all over the streamers.
They got some sound clips, and it's not out of context.
No, but that's his whole thing.
I get what he's saying, but he doesn't present it in an accepting way, I don't think.
Well, when they're like, okay, but how about the reverse? And then he's like, when he was like, would you on a woman, he said the pilot stuff, which wasn't that bad, but the man should get a piece of the girl's OnlyFans if they're dating, and then Portnoy's like, what if the guy is doing OnlyFans, should the girl get a piece? And he's like, no. The Bible. Well, he starts quoting the Bible or something.
That's a very traditional view, right? In the Muslim community, how women, they cover themselves because your property is the wrong word, or you belong to your man, but that intimacy is meant for your husband and not for others. And so I get what he's saying, but he doesn't present it very well.
Wow. Looks like, yeah. So the markets, were they up today?
I'm glad Mike asked about reverse repo. That's something that we really need to keep an eye on, because
markets have been there hasn't been any real crazy days. 100 points here, 100 points up, 100 points down. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been a crazy day in a while, though.
If you look back 6 or 7 years, the reverse repo program was not utilized even a tenth of what we're doing now.
Really?
What's reverse repo?
Banks and institutions, they park money with the Fed overnight and they get interest as a return instead of putting that money into the market. Just shows lack of confidence in the market right now.
Honestly, I think there is we haven't touched on this yet, but I think in housing, there's definitely a lack of confidence. I mean, you look at the numbers. I mean, for God's sakes, 15% of the transactions the buyer pulled out in the United States last month.
So I gave the figure. We've been above 2.1 trillion in reverse repo for 25 straight trading days, above 1.9 for 39 straight trading days, above 1.8 for 49 straight trading days, above 1.5 trillion for 89 straight trading days. We've been over $1 trillion for 231 straight trading days, over 2 trillion for 28.
Jesus. That's probably has to do with like Russia and all. I mean, not Russia, but what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, and that whole deal.
Hi, by Mike. I go to Wegmans always.
Yeah, I hit the post. Was in the Wegmans cult as a kid.
Yeah. How about Mike?
Taught me values. Customer service is king.
Oh.
You look like the Wegmans cult is fucking serious, eh?
Dude, it is. It's like that
I'll
market basket
I'll
called
have to find my
Massachusetts.
hat that I had to wear in like the sub shop and the pizza shop.
Oh, man.
I'm surprised
Dude,
you don't have it still.
how about Mike?
I
You
still
can
have
save a
my
lot
name
of.
tags, bro. I still have my 6-year name tag.
Damn.
You can save a lot of money, High Blind Mike, going to going to Market Basket in Hanover. I know it might be a little bit of a drive, but it's pretty save some bucks. You know, prices are definitely cheaper there, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, go there on Saturday at 8:00 for the 420 show, like Jay does.
What,
Live from the
Market
supermarket.
Basket? Oh yeah, I know. I've always tried never be live from like a place. I mean, I was live from my car once, but you know, what are you gonna do?
I like
How
the
much did
smart
that-
guy in the comments.
How much did that crack? You know, inflation probably hasn't affected that. You know, Mike.
Inflation hasn't affected drugs, but that's what I'm hearing on my sources.
It's crazy. I'm watching Stranger Things, and in season 4, one of the guys is selling a half ounce of weed for $25 or $20, and then he drops the price of 15.
But weed's not a drug.
Well, still, it's a representation of how inflation's gone.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys touch on? What are you guys on?
Went over Europe, went over the the inflation riots in the various countries. You know, went over Sri Lanka. You know,
Sri Lanka.
the president doesn't have a palace anymore. They're all swimming in his pool, and then they burned it down, which is even better. Or they burned.
They're
whatever
doing
they did.
some January 6th stuff in Sri Lanka, but getting praised.
I know, dude. I woke up to that. I rolled over, and I'm like, I was just like, wow, I've had a heck of a night at the fire pit, and all of a sudden I see a bunch of people, you know, roll in the presidential palace. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, like, shit's starting to get a little real. You know, like, people are pissed. You know, you got no food, you got nothing. You know? What are you gonna do?
The big one that we need to talk about is the SEC, and that's why I named the episode "What is the SEC doing?" Big thing is they approved single security ETFs to allow another means to short companies. The short index for Tesla, TSLQ, went live today. Actually finished down 1.47%. Whereas Tesla was up today.
Yeah. That company that you mentioned last week at the post, are they still rolling? The SIM?
SimpQ.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a zombie stock. I can't find it on a lot of people like us are not allowed to trade this.
Yeah.
It's all.
But I mean, this thing went from 30 cents to almost $4. It rose. You know, it just. I posted something in the finance chat that someone found like a basket of swaps that hedge funds were using to continue to short stuff. And since I just mentioned hedge funds, we had a question last week
About Hunter Biden?
No, we had a question from a user. All the Mayhem didn't know what a hedge fund was. And I pulled that for you. A hedge fund's an investment vehicle that caters to high net worth individuals, institutional investors, and other accredited investors. The term hedge is used because these funds historically focused on hedging risk by simultaneously buying and shorting assets in a long short equity strategy. Here, they're just shorting.
Yeah.
Jay, I think, thought a hedge fund was a hedge where you put in your piggy bank jar. Put a boom boom.
Mike, I don't know who you are on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can hit me up at OG Boss Play. We'll get you in the chat, buddy.
How's he banned? We just are playing it. We put every one of his chats up. Dummy guy. I think this is a great question. Suck a balloon, BA. This is a great question. Hunter Biden's laptop was hacked by libs in order to have ammo to get Kamala the nomination.
I don't think Joe's going to get the
Okay.
nomination regardless, personally. But
If anything, Hunter Biden's helping Joe would be like, oh, I agree.
Soft as fuck. At least I know what a hedge fund is, you dumb fuck.
Okay. Post J feud continues. Eh?
Well, the guy wants to come into the hit the rice bucket chat and chirp on what we're talking about. Like, it's a hockey show. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. We're talking finance here.
Can't
You know,
engage
if you don't
the
have
mayhem.
if you don't have a debit card and you're not interested in finance, don't listen.
Oh, shout out 9 p.m. the sneaker sit
Time to
down
follow, yeah.
live watch along. We'll be in the chat. I don't know if
This
we
is true.
can we can live
This is
comment, but we'll be in the chat. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how it's set up. Do you know how it's set up, Post? Can we go in and like pause it and stuff and watch it from the side or no?
I think the recording just plays and then
can comment.
the broadcaster can be in the comments and then anybody else. So the comments are live, but the video is pre-recorded.
So we can't go in the video.
My understanding is no.
Oh.
I've never done pre-recorded video on StreamYard.
No, I've never done it.
Hey, block this Mike guy. He's talking nonsense. Ban him. Ban Mike.
I don't think BA.
Where
To be
the
honest with
ban-
you, I don't
Sorry.
think they. I don't think they leaked the. I don't think they leaked the video to get Kamala in. I mean, I don't think you really. I mean, he's polling at like 37, 38%. I don't think you really need. I don't think you need to go to like that extreme to like get that done. And with all the headwinds he's already facing now, it's just like let's look. And the other thing too, we have not to talk politics or whatever, but if they really wanted to do that, wouldn't they have done that? Like I don't know, 2019. You know what I mean? Like,
Biden might be the most goated Alzheimer's patient of all time. Who's made it more farther in life without like Alzheimer's? Biden, maybe. Best way to sneak in tomatoes to the Wilbur? I think Pat from Lawrence is your best option. Sorry, Robbie. I feel like I've taken this over with shenanigans.
oh, it's all good.
I did see Fed Vice Chair Clarida has been cleared of allegations of improper trading. He resigned on January 14th. He traded millions one day before the Powell emergency pandemic statement, literally trading on non-public information. Cleared of charges.
Really? That's funny because we have to clear our trades at work, and yet those guys are trading all over the damn place. It's very interesting. What are you gonna do? One thing that no one's
I don't
talking.
have faith in AMC, Mike. Was not one of the stocks that the SEC investigated in the meme stock craze. Was not shorted over 100%. So I don't have any trust in AMC. They're going to have a delivery service to bring their popcorn to you at home. I don't think that's going to do it with for revenue. I just don't think people are going to the movies anymore as much as they used to. Streaming services are bigger. I'm not a big AMC guy. I'm only in one stock. That's GameStop. And people laughed at me, but if you had sold at noon today, based on the information I gave out last week, you had an 18% return in a week.
But what about the butter?
I don't think people are going to start door dashing movie popcorn. I just don't think AMC is going to do
Jeff D.
that.
Lowe, he's excited.
Yeah.
What are the margins on the butter?
Actually, they're probably pretty low, BA, because actually butter's starting to take off for the pricing.
Where's butter come from? Like, what was the biggest butter people?
Cows.
Cows, yeah.
No, I'm in the country. I'm not fucking stupid. Like, is there a butter like king? You know how you're like Denmark? Remember, like you said, the Netherlands or Denmark supply like 90% of the world's like what's it called?
Oh yeah. Agriculture.
Yeah, agriculture, right? Like, who's the big time butter country? Canada, probably. Canada's a big dairy country, I would say.
Believe it or not, in 2021, India was the biggest.
India for butter?
Yeah, according to this, I don't know if
They don't kill cows in India, so
I'm gonna call bullshit on India.
you're
On
gonna call
Google.
it fake.
Yeah, I'll call that fake. Actually, according to atlasbig.com, it is India, and then the second is United States. But I don't know about that. It's just.
What's number 3? Canada?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it bullshit. Supposedly Pakistan. So.
Well,
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
Yeah, probably. That's why you don't
That's
go to Google.
bullshit as fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. What the hell? I can't trust anybody these days, you know? God damn. What are you gonna do? Yeah, the Netherlands thing is we touched on it, but it's still going on. It's actually gaining steam with Germany and Italy and whatnot. Italy's actually prime minister resigned today because of the populist movement that's going on there, because of the inflation, the farmers and whatnot. Supposedly that was rejected, and there's been a lot of demonstrations, protests and whatnot. It's Europe's just a powder keg right now, and it's only going to be more of a powder keg if what we talked about before, Nord Stream 1. If they don't put that back up online, and they have the very, very cold winter. And the other thing too is, like, a lot of people have touched on it on CNBC, but if Nord Stream 1 is not put back online and Germany does not have get the gas from Russia like they should, I mean, their economy could go into a freaking depression, because they're not going to be able to. Germany is highly industrialized. They're not going to have gas to do what they need to do. Everyone's going to be paying out the nose just to heat their homes. They're all going to be blaming Robbie V, saying it's his fault. I mean, which is a horrendous life idea, horrendous life decision.
Can't blame the MVP.
No, so that's the problem. I mean, you can't I don't know.
I found a clip from 60 Minutes that I thought was interesting.
Sure.
To the person who is about to grab their car keys and go to the ATM and take out $3,000, you say what?
You don't need to. Your ATM is safe. Your banks are safe. There's enough cash in the financial system, and there is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. An infinite
amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
Who made that? I'm just curious.
Infinite cash.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Infinite cash?
Infinite.
What?
Yeah, if it was only that simple, right? It's only that simple. It's starting to go, not go up, but the wheat stocks are actually made a run to the.
Did they?
Couple days.
Mike,
Yeah.
hit me up on Twitter, Mike. We'll get you in the finance chat.
No, they didn't.
What was he talking about?
No, they did. Robbie, they.
MRMD was up like 10% the other day.
I'm excited.
No, I'm just.
Can't wait. We got to wrap this up in the next 10 minutes because I'm not going to miss that.
No, not at all.
When does that start?
John said 9. He popped in here to give a little promo for it. Promo. To quote our friend Boner Jams, 9 o'clock.
Oh, it just goes on, so we can't even go in it.
Yeah.
You can go in and the comments will be live, but my understanding is the video just plays because we've scheduled it.
Oh, no kidding.
Wow. So we're gonna be in the comments.
Stocks.
But we can't,
people have money to invest. Oh my god.
but we can't put the comments on the screen.
I don't think so. No.
Damn.
So you're just gonna comment on the. So you're just gonna comment basically based on the recording. Is that what's going on?
I guess it's just in the YouTube chat.
So Barstool will they schedule their premieres. They're pre-recorded and they don't put comments up, so I don't know how that works.
We're doing a post show.
Oh, okay. How long is the interview? I didn't even know.
I think 40 minutes.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. And then I guess a post. I love when Jay says the stock market isn't real.
It's built a lot of houses in the Hamptons.
Hard to see. The image isn't very big. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you
There's your reverse repo for you guys. This is represented in billions, as you can see. So that's $2.2 trillion.
Just reading that comment. That's very interesting.
That's true. Jay's retired. Gold isn't real.
So just a couple other things I wanted to note, because I'm only invested in GameStop, so I just want to give an update on that. Today was, let me just get the accurate figure. Today was day 108 of 100% utilization of GameStop. Talked about it last week. What does utilization mean? There's X amount of shares that are available to be shorted, and for 108 straight days, all of those shares shorted and used up. Another thing, the stock split that people are, I see a lot of articles I'm reading all over. It's not a stock split. It's a share dividend. So it's not your 10 shares being split into 30. It's you have 10 shares and they're issuing you 3 shares for every one that you have. And if there's any complications with this, GameStop already has the contingency to, if they don't have trust in the DTCC to handle distribution of the share dividend, they can pull their shares and find a new method. And it's speculated that this NFT marketplace is they're going to pull their shares off of the stock exchange and have it on a blockchain. And I think that's some exciting stuff. I think companies like, I think heavily shorted companies would be interested in that because you can't have fuckery with the blockchain because everything can be looked up. So I think companies like Tesla that are shorted, companies like Bed Bath & Beyond that are shorted, AMC that are shorted, GameStop, of course, what I've been talking about, I think they would have interest in moving their securities to this. Doesn't exist yet, but it's speculated and it's something to keep an eye on.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see, the ramifications of that, what happens and whatnot.
Want to talk about glyphosate, Jay? Fucking retard.
Oh, it seems like the sneakers sit down video will be the 500th video on the Griff Vegas Entertainment or Productions, Griff Vegas Productions YouTube.
Incredible how that works out.
Number 500.
Thank God we went live today, Robbie.
Yeah, I know. I'm just helping to push along. You know what I mean?
That's pretty sweet.
It's on. It's just been. I will say this: like ever since we started the show, like so much is going on. There's a lot of interesting stories, a lot of interesting takes, and a lot of interesting comments. Just strap in. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least. And one thing, if you kind of really wanted to see where, not the American economy, and to a point the international economy, Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan both promoted earnings today. Reported earnings today, and they were not good at all. I know JP Morgan got hammered, and same with Morgan. And those are two bellwethers for obviously the United States and beyond. And it's obviously not a good sign.
Just real quick before we get out of here, Robbie, I don't know what you do for work. I know you work in finance. I don't know if you work for a hedge fund, but I've seen reports that people that work for hedge funds, they have to get pre-clearance for their personal trades and hold them for a minimum of 30 days. But now with this new SEC ruling with single stock ETFs for shorting,
Yeah.
You can kind of build your own. These are just reports. Allegedly, these employees can build their own ETF that consists of 2 companies, and they can just skirt around company compliance policies.
Yeah.
Seems dangerous to me.
So it is dangerous. It's really a gray area, hit the post, because we have to, where I work, we have to pre-clear our trades, but a lot of the firms don't necessarily have the brightest lights looking over that stuff. So it's unfortunate. It's going to get very interesting. You know what I mean? And if people are building their own ETFs, I mean, my God, you know, if you work in the right departments, you have access to, I think, a lot of real-time things, you know, real-time trades and all that stuff. So it's interesting, man, to say the least.
All right, Killer's saying we got a schedule. We got to wrap it up. Anything else?
No, that's it. Great show. See you guys next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's
Yeah,
do
no
an
problem.
outro.
But you know what I'm laughing at? You know what I'm laughing at?
Been on the ball team.
I'm laughing at like
Could give a fuck about your team.
like when I make fun of you for telling the same story with me.
Wall Street.
You know what I'm saying?